your kids been feeling kind of trapped inside their house, all this cold weather outside? Well, maybe some secret spy experiments could shake things up.
Yes, Mary Porter Green's back with us from the Curiosity Zone, and she has some great experiments. We're going to get our hands dirty, or our fingers anyway.
Absolutely,
right?
we are. So these are all, we're getting ready for our summer camps, and we have this spy training camp that's just the most fun thing ever, and it's always our best-selling camp. So this is just a little taste of what we do with the kids, and basically they come for 5 days and they become secret spies.
How
and
cool.
it's the coolest thing ever, because
who doesn't love this?
I don't know, right? Well, totally. And you know, Curiosity Zone is not just about science, but it's about creativity and building things and designing things. So you'll see a little bit of all of that today, and it's not just the science. But first we'll start with, how do you lift fingerprints around your house to figure out. A big thing at our house is water glasses. My husband is having like a conniption lately because there's constantly water glasses everywhere. So here's a way to figure out who left the water to solve the mystery.
Right.
Okay?
Not mine, not mine, Mom.
First of all, do you know anything about fingerprints?
Not much.
Do you know anything about fingerprints?
We all have our very own.
Yes, they're very fascinating things. It turns out you develop your fingerprints in the womb, and that's it. You have them for the rest of your life unless you're scarring or something else. And yours are not like anybody else's. Right. Even identical twins have different fingerprints.
Which is so amazing, isn't
that
it?
Cool?
Yes.
So they're a very cool thing to study. And one of the things you can download from our website is this thing that shows you all the different patterns that you might see, or types of patterns, or things to look for in your different fingerprints. So what we're going to do is we're going to put a little bit of lotion on, because we've got to get our fingers a little bit greasy.
Okay.
Make sure you leave good fingerprints on your glass. And I brought these really super fancy plastic wine glasses that, you know, are just, you know, all the rage.
Okay, all right.
And
You're hilarious.
we use them for outside at my house, not inside. So
Gotcha.
don't worry. Okay, so basically, choose a glass and grab it.
Okay.
Make sure you get good. Oh, they both grabbed it by the stem. You're so ladylike. Grab it by the barrel.
Professional drinkers.
Oh my gosh!
You want us to put our prints on it.
Grab it like a 5-year-old would. All right. And that's why I brought plastic, so you can't break it. Okay.
All right.
Now you probably can't see the fingerprints on here, although if you look at the light, you can. Okay. Here's how we're going to lift them.
Good ones.
So I brought meringue powder, but basically, which seems like a weird thing. You probably wouldn't have this in your kitchen.
You say meringue powder?
Never heard of it.
I just happen to have it in my house.
What do you do with that?
You're looking. We use this to make cupcake bombs, and you can use it in cooking. But anyway,
Okay.
I'm just looking for a fine powder. You could use flour, you could use talcum powder. But anyway, you're going to dip your brush. Here, let me do it for you. Take your brush.
You're just taking a makeup brush.
Get it
Easy enough.
Take a makeup brush and dip it in flour. What you're going to do is knock it on where you think your fingerprints were.
Now, does it have to be this meringue powder, or could you use some other kind of powder?
Any kind of fine powder in your house, like flour or powder from your baby.
Like CSI guys.
Oh, this is fun. I could see the kids loving this.
Solving crimes as I speak.
And then you look for where you left your fingerprints.
Okay.
Did you guys find your fingerprints?
Yeah, I think I got a couple.
Yeah. See? All right. Now, once you found your fingerprint, what you do is you take a piece of tape. Here's a piece of tape for you. Ooh, you got good. Ooh, you're a
good one, huh?
Forensic scientist. You guys know what forensic science is?
Small itty bitty things,
It's
scientific terms.
The study of physical evidence. So that's what a forensic scientist does. Anyway, you're going to stick your tape onto your thumbprint like that, or fingerprint, and rub it sort of carefully, tap, 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 and then lift it, and you're going to be left with the print on your piece of tape. And then you can stick it onto a piece of black construction paper, and you'll be able to see your print.
Should I use this one? Or?
Sure. Here, wait.
Here's a one. Thank you, thank you.
Here's a couple that I made at home. Anyway, so you can do it this way, and then if you want to like test the fingerprint on the glass against everybody in the family, a really good way to gather
everybody in the family.
To gather thumbprints is just to use anything like ink, or you can use lipstick or whatever, and you just like rub it on your print, and you just and you make thumbprints. You gather everybody's prints, and then you try to match it, and you see.
This is such a good game for kids. Can you imagine?
Crime.
Sisters doing this against each other.
You're supposed to be able to see this more clearly than mine turned out, right?
You have to be careful. You definitely have to be careful, which is why scientists are careful. And then it's really interesting to look at it through, of course, a magnifying glass, which every self-respecting young scientist has. All right.
Self-respecting.
Now, all right. So the next thing you can do with your kids is some kind of forensic chemistry, which is basically we found a powder, but we don't know what it is, right? So in this case, we're using baking soda and meringue powder, just because I happen to have it with me. And, oh, and you know what I forgot to mention? This is fun for kids, too. If you want, you get some flour, or just get your kids to run around in the mud, stick it on a piece of black construction paper, and see if they can match the footprint with the print. that'll keep them busy for a good long while. It's like
that's a good one. That's a good one.
Anyway,
yeah, that's a great idea.
Okay, so let's say you find powder and you don't know what it is, but you're thinking one of them is probably baking soda and one of them isn't baking soda. How would you figure that out? Well, we know baking soda reacts with vinegar. See, part of the key to this is knowing ahead of time how something's going to react. Meringue powder does not react to vinegar. Okay, so we're going to drop some vinegar in there. That seems easy, but how do you tell which one is the vinegar?
Smell it?
You could smell it, but if you don't want to do that, because maybe it's like something that could be deadly, could kill you, you're going to use an acid-base indicator, which in this case, it turns out red wine is an awesome acid-base indicator. So we're going to...
It turns out we have a lot of that around here, Mary.
And I have a lot of it in my house, too, which goes with my plastic glass.
I think any parent does, right?
Now, an acid is going to turn bright pink.
Okay.
And the water is going to just kind of be blue pink.
Okay, there you go.
Do you see the difference?
Yeah, definitely.
All right, so double check. Okay, so we know this is vinegar. So we're going to pour the vinegar. First, we're going to pour it into this one and see if it bubbles, right? Because it does not bubble.
No bubbles.
In fact, it's sort of hydrophobic. It doesn't even absorb it.
No.
And then we pour this in here.
To the...
Ooh,
wow,
so
look
now
at that.
we know.
Bubblicious.
We
So
have
that is
the mystery substance was baking soda. Okay, so our next thing,
Kitchen with the fingerprints and the baking soda.
The other
That
thing
is terrific.
your scientists need to do is have disguises. So if you guys could put these on. These will make you unrecognizable to everyone, and I would wear them too, but I can't put them on over my glasses. Okay, the next thing you can do
barely see you,
that looks fantastic, ladies. The next thing you can do if you're being a spy and you want to scare people or get people to leave a scene so you can do something is you could pull out a snake.
Oh, true.
You could go like this, and I didn't even scare you guys.
I can't see it with these tiny little holes.
Okay, and that was the whole plan, was to freak you guys out with my rubber snake. Okay, the next thing you can do is make a drop site for your secret messages.
Oh yeah, tell us.
So this looks like a Starbucks cup, right? But inside it has
handy dandy little
film canister.
And who still uses that?
And the other way, you can go to CVS still and get one or two.
Can you really?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
And we made another one. It looks sort of like a rock. We just dipped it in dirt. But you put the film canister in plaster of Paris and let it dry, and then make it look like a rock. Or you can take a book and cut out the middle pages.
Yes.
And hide stuff inside like that.
Compartment.
And then one last thing.
Some book you don't care about much.
Is you have to know how to write secret codes when you're a spy. Now, can you guys tell me what this says?
Let me get my glasses on.
CLIOAN.
What is it?
Anybody? Can you see this? Okay, the way you guys do this is you wrap it around a pencil. La la la.
And then it becomes apparent?
And then this is how I created the code. And then you can see
read it down.
They're all, and then they're all lined up. Well, ideally, they're all lined up. Hello.
Because we're running out of time.
I know. Anyway, this says see you at 10 a.m.
I see it.
I love it. Anyway,
I see it.
great way to write a secret code. Just wrap the paper
Well done.
right on each
Perfect.
section.
Mary Porter Reed from the Curiosity Zone. All together now. We'll be right back.